I wanna see more joy, love, peace, and unity. A cloud showered over my head, but I'm used to joy, love, peace to find a bit of beauty in the static. Separate waves that don't fit with the magic. Had a bad habit of dwelling on what the others did. Then I learned to focus on my own. My zone is off the grid. That's where you finally combine the lines. My mind is like a shrine. I dedicate myself to the purpose of the divine. At times we get a click off track. When you bring it back, allowing everything to come full circle. The simple fact, you can't hold down the spirit with the intent to rise on every moment. So when it's over, don't be surprised. Life will continue, we enterprise, and original is what we were given on a physical realm. Eventually we're meant to leave it. What we did and learn will be repeated. Cycles never ended, so it cannot be repeated. I am love, I am peace, I am joy that can never be destroyed. I am love, I am peace, I am joy. Came here to fill the void. I am love, I am peace, I am joy that can never be destroyed. I am love, I am peace. Yo. Once upon a time, I thought I should cut my story short. Then I learned to turn the page and stop being a bad sport. What the coach told me, invisible builder molding a brand new and better vision. I'm prepared to make decisions, shift everything overnight. If I'm making oversight, take it as a lesson. I'm steady progressing towards the light. What am I put here for? I am the question and the answer. Talking about practice, children die of cancer. Nobody said it was fair, despair is in the air. I'm grabbing at happiness and finding a way to share. Healing vibes with the tribe, using music is medicine. Universal like Tesla, so we jettison the Edisons. Alternative to the current inertia, reversing the worst occurrences, giving a better version of ourselves. Health is merely psychosomatic. Control your emotional diet, the changes are dramatic. I am love, I am peace, I am joy that can never be destroyed. I am love, I am peace, I am joy. Came here to fill the void. I am love, I am peace, I am joy that can never be destroyed. I am love, I am peace. Trying to find compassion for the things I don't understand. Everybody learns at their own pace, so make a plan to take a stand. If they demand too much, then set a boundary. Won't allow anybody to hinder what empowers me. All I want to do is balance out the negativity. Love is the original energy we were meant to be. Peace, what I see when I embrace you as my family. Trouble how I want you to feel whenever they mention me. Some of us
Check 1 2, check 1 2, test 1 2, test 1 2, check 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 check. Check 1 2, test 1 2, check 1 2, test test test. Check 1 2, test 1 2, check 1 2, test 1 2, check check check. Check 1 2, test 1 2, check check, check 1 2, test 1 2, check.
It lives in you, it lives in me. Everybody feel it, you don't know the leak. It lives in you, it lives in me. Everywhere we go, you don't know the leak. It lives in you, it lives in me. Everybody feel it, you don't know the leak. It lives in you, it lives in me. Everywhere we go, you don't know the leak. One vibe, one rhythm, one heartbeat. Unifying the minds, wisdom and art meet at the intersection of innovation and discipline. Let it flow freely while generating a dividend.
Check 1 2, test 1 2, check 1 2, test 1 2, check check check. Blues at last. The freestyle gospel locked you in that house. Don't be trapped by the techno beat, just break out, check it. It's like a jungle sometimes inside the disco. Hypnotic sonically popping just like calypso. Doo-wopping across the country, a bossa nova. Dub stepping on dance floors the world over. Swing to the Afro beat, then ride a new wave. Electronic metal is punking you with the drum and bass. The new age, classical and ambient. Our past is ragtime like reggae. We be jamming with a psychedelic trance in a quiet storm. Drop beats like acid and blast the norms. With a vibrant flow, bounce spicier than Zydeco. Alkaline rhythms combined with down tempo. Lines that pass standards, there is no alternative. Musical fusion is the way that we prefer to live. It lives in you, it lives in me. Everybody feel it, you don't know the leap. It lives in you, it lives in me. Everywhere we go, you don't know the leap. It lives in you, it lives in me. Everybody feel that you don't know the leap. It lives in you, it lives in me. Everywhere we go, you don't know the leap. The lick is universal, underground, commercial, avant-garde, top of the pops, whether rehearsal or showtime. Don't need a reason or rhyme, the sneakiest line we spot it at the drop of a dime. No matter what the genre, eventually pops up. From the first time I heard it in my head, it got stuck. When it began, that's all the part of the mystique. Now here's a little story of why we call it the leak. In 2014, on a trip to Switzerland, the Butterscotch show was over, so we trickled in a little jazz club, checking out the sound. Mellow vibe, so the band started laying it down. Now right when the solo really started to peak, energy was so intense nobody wanted to speak. A 6-foot French lady gave a cackling squeak. Then when I asked her why, she said, "You don't know the lick?" Jazz Snob 101, a new lesson. Funny how my whole life changed with one question. Demand your attention more than a suggestion. Shaped our sound, film, mythos, and progression. There you have it, kick the lick like a habit. Word of David Bowie, can't escape the labyrinth. It's hard to forget this bit of musical madness. The vibration everybody feel across the atlas. It lives in you, it lives in me. Everybody feel it, you don't know the leap. It lives in you, it lives in me. Everywhere we go, you don't know the leap. It lives in you, it lives in me. Everybody feel it, you don't know the leap. It lives in you, it lives in me. Everywhere we go, you don't know the leap. In you, it lives in me. Everybody feel it, you don't know the leap. It lives in you, it lives in me. Everywhere we go, you don't know the leap. It lives in you, it lives in me. Everybody feel it, you don't know the leap. It lives in you, it lives in me. Everywhere we go, you don't know the leap. It lives in you, it lives in me. Everybody feel it, you don't know the leap. Gotta be something deeper than the physical realm. I'm exhausted by religion even though I'm overwhelmed. The time has come to find the one who moves beneath the surface. Check your karma debt before you make another purchase. Worthless attempting to circumvent the process. Evolved intelligently, tell me how can we be godless? Maybe there's no deity resembling what you can see. Truth is hard to find when your vision isn't internally focused. They wanna hold us back. Don't you ever notice that the more you fight the tide it tends to rise? I wanna flow, in fact ironically, situation shift just like economy. Find a time for stillness, resonate when I sit silently. Maybe that's the only place I'll ever feel at home. Sometimes it really feels as if I'm walking all alone, but that's impossible. The obstacle, finding ways to follow through with what the soul has told you, even though it seems illogical. Listen to the call, but just because it rings true doesn't mean the message sent was necessarily for you. Patience will decipher the language of ancient writers. Scriptures never written in stone, bone, or papyrus. Tell me, is there such a thing as fate? I'd like to know. If so, it doesn't matter what we do, who's in control. Destiny suggests that my life is predetermined. I like to think my will is free, but that don't fit the sermon. Though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, gotta take a leap of faith. Is it free will or fate? Walk through the valley of the shadow of death. You never really know what's next till you take your last breath. Walk through the valley of the shadow of death. Gotta take a leap of faith. Is it free will or fate? Walk through the valley of the shadow of death.
death. You never really know what's next till you take your last breath. Wandering the cosmos, wondering what I'm supposed to do within this world of spirit and science juxtaposed to me. It's kind of odd we separate ourselves from God with deeper connections to anthropomorphic facades. Baptized at 11, am I still saved? Life got so much dirtier, too numb to feel afraid. Belong, my songs be the essence of confession. But why go through a middleman? My secrets need protection. And who are you to judge? If it was love, wouldn't you guide me? Appreciate my life, but why's the creator been hiding? So many subtle signs, indelible consequences. No need to memorize a myth, the preachers beat us senseless. Burn millions of women, got away calling them witches. A torture manual was made and sanctioned by religious leaders. Did you need to bleed and strike, convicted by the evil eye? Don't condone the stone and the crones, the truth is people lie. Stupid superstitions led the West to Inquisition. Most of the holy wars are over Muslim, Jew or Christian. Which team you picking? If you were born into tradition, then did you truly have a choice in holding your position? That's the difference between freedom and living prison bound. Still we drown in antediluvian illusions that sound like they make sense. I prefer to take a stand with those who know the Bill of Rights better than 10 Commandments. Though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, gotta take a leap of faith. Is it free will or fate? Walk through the valley of the shadow of death. You never really know what's next till you take your last breath. Walk through the valley of the shadow of death, gotta take a leap of faith. Is it free will or fate? Walk through the valley of the shadow of death. You never really know what's next till you take your last breath. Yeah, I walk through the valley of the shadow of death. I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of mine enemies. Thou anointest my head with oil. My cup runneth over. My cup runneth over. What if nobody took all this mythology literally? Probably wouldn't if they understood astrotheology. The powers that be, acting as God, it's a conspiracy, religious killing spree. I mean, is anybody hearing me? That's what the child wondered as she prayed to an entity that didn't really listen to bombs dropped in her vicinity. Energy is all we know, the rest is speculation. What if all life is God, no separation? Though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, gotta take a leap of faith. Is it free will or fate? Walk through the valley of the shadow of death. You never really know what's next till you take a last breath. Walk through the valley of the shadow of death, gotta take a leap of faith. Is it free will or fate? Walk through the valley of the shadow of death. You never really